and they're looking really happy because they're getting bedroom action every night. They're getting love bombed by the Thai woman. She's telling them everything that they want to hear. I love you, darling. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to have a baby with you, etc., etc. And in return for this woman being nice to this man and love bombing him, he has to lead with his wallet.
大家好，我想问你们两个问题。第一，你想去哪个国家？第二，你知道这个国家语言中的这些词吗？律师、大使馆、邮局、电子邮件、相信、医院，这是我的钱，不是你的钱。Don't you think you might need to learn these kinds of words if you want to have a fruitful experience somewhere? I think you might want to consider that.
Wenn sich die Lions auf 1 verlassen können, dann ist jede Woche auf deine Leistung wieder Riesenrespekt, was du treibst. Gerne noch ein paar Worte an unsere deutschen Fans von dir.
Ja, ich will einfach Danke sagen zu euch, die alle gucken. Ihr deutsche Fans sind auch die Besten. Ich habe viele Fans hier in Amerika, aber noch viel mehr in Deutschland. Also ich will einfach Danke sagen.
I'm sure you guys have been hearing a lot of talk lately about how guys are going overseas and ruining places. You probably heard some from Austin Holloman. You're hearing some from other creators talking about basically that simps are going places and just throwing around so much money that is ruining the essence of the places. There are a couple of things I want to say about that, but first we have to get some background.
My name is Dan, and I've been living in Thailand full-time for 9 years. And I have experienced a hell of a lot. I've lived in a lot of various different places throughout Thailand, but I decided to settle down here in Buriram, which is in Isan, which is the Thailand countryside, because I found things a lot more peaceful, and there was a lot less foreigners here back then. But now it's overrun. There is not a single place you can go to, no small, tiny, remote village where you won't find a foreign man living there, shacked up with his Thai girlfriend or Thai wife. We are literally everywhere throughout Thailand.
This is my first time responding to one of this gentleman's videos. I saw someone else respond to him and I thought it'd be a prudent listen. He is reminiscing of the way things were when he first got to the country. And I have to say that that's one of the traps that we have to be careful to not fall in. As a matter of fact, I went to a mall earlier today, a mall that got us through COVID, to be honest with you, me and my daughter, where we would go there and kind of pass the time. It didn't cost too much money and she was really happy there. But that mall is suffering because the environment's changing and people's shopping habits have changed. I could be sad about that, but really all it reflects is that I'm living in a country that is changing. That's part of it. That said, this gentleman's going to lament the current situation of what's really going on there, but he kind of has to understand that that's the reason why he went there.
Unfortunately, you do get a hell of a lot of desperate men that come over here to Thailand that seek a Thai woman. Normally a good-looking Thai woman, someone who's out of their league, someone who's younger. And Thai women obviously want money from foreigners. Most ordinary Thai women, especially here in Isan, make around 300 baht per day, which is what most foreigners will at least spend on food in a day. So you can imagine how their lives are on a daily basis. So a lot of these women will seek foreign men to have some kind of life. And if you're wining and dining them and buying them gifts, then they are all yours for the taking, at least for the time being, until they find a better foreign man.
Ihr deutsche Fans sind auch die Besten. Ich habe viele Fans hier in Amerika, aber noch viel mehr in Deutschland. Also ich will einfach Danke sagen.
For guys that are going overseas that maybe have not spent a lot of time either learning a foreign language or just going overseas, there are two distinct things that you should be careful of, in my opinion. The first of which is everybody likes money. And so if you go overseas and you're trying to prove who you are with your money, people are going to take it. And the mistake that a lot of guys make is that, hey, listen, I'm American, I got money. They're going to love me because I'm an American with money. Like they haven't seen that before. And they make the cardinal mistake detailed very well by this gentleman here.
And these guys will know these women for such a short period of time. I'm talking weeks or literally just a few months until they finally get engaged or get married and move in with one of these women. And they'll spend an absolute fortune trying to build a life with the woman that they think that they love. Now, when I'm at these wedding ceremonies, everybody, and I mean near enough everybody, is taking the absolute pee out of the marriage, out of the foreigner. The Thai guys are laughing at what the hell is going on, how a foreigner can be so stupid and spend so much money on a woman that's been through so many men, been married multiple times before, got children, 1, 2 or 3 or 4.
Remember, no matter where you go, the pills that we speak of, that crimson one, is very important to take with you, because we have seen mass media and the internet propagate all of our culture, all of our entertainment around the globe. And so what woman on this planet doesn't want a Birkin bag? What woman doesn't want a pair of red bottoms if she can get them? And so if you look like the conduit that's going to help her get that, what do you think is going to happen to you? This.
And the woman who is getting married to the foreigner is showing off because she's managed to hook a guy to make him fall in love and build a house and take care of her parents. But as I always see, time and time again, it never lasts long. The love bombing stage will only last for a certain amount of time. And it's normally when you guys get deep into the money pit, where you have invested a lot of money into that woman and she knows now that her life is kind of set.
If you're going to a place where many foreigners are going to be, you have to understand that there has to be something special about you besides I'm a mark. Because listen, like I said before, money makes our lives easier. And if a young lady thinks she could see you and get some money out of you, hey, why wouldn't she do that? But then there's this other problem that comes with an arrogance that I can be who I am back home when I go overseas. And that can lead to a different set of problems.
Sí, ¿qué ha pasado? Nada, no pasa nada, no pasa nada. Tampoco ha pasado nada, coño. Me ha hecho así, sí, sí, sí. But it's okay. Che, oye, che. Date quieto ya, Dios. Arriba un poco, tío. No ha pasado nada, coño. Me ha hecho así, sí, sí, sí. But it's okay. Che, oye, che. Date quieto ya, Dios. Arriba un poco, tío. Hey, stop, bro. Don't touch me, bro. Stop, yeah, che. Dios. Oye.
If anyone is wondering why there's a growing anti-foreigner sentiment in Japan, is simply explained by this video. This is a gentleman who's on the train, and is an unwritten rule, especially if it's not late in the evening where people are coming back from drinking or whatever. They're just commuting. Be quiet on the train. Don't talk unless it's an emergency. Don't talk on your phone unless it's an emergency. Just let people go home in peace. And this is a gentleman who is streaming on the train, telling people about something that doesn't really matter, that he could tell them about once he gets off of it. And an older man tries to tell him, hey, in Japan, this is the way we do things. And he shoves the guy, which makes me livid. Of course, he was arrested, so that's good. But guys come to other countries thinking that they can be the same guy they are back home and expect the country to change, instead of you learning and doing your homework about what country you're actually going to. Now, when the police got this man to the station, they probably tuned him up a little bit. But come on, do a little bit of homework. You cannot make every country America or the West. That's not the way this works.
It makes it impossible, because that woman is expecting that foreign guy to also do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And if a guy she actually likes doesn't provide or do anything for her, then she gets quite bitter, upset. She can't show off to her neighbours, to her family and friends anymore. They're asking what the hell's going on. Normally you get this and that out of a foreign man, but this time you're getting sweet FA. So problems start to happen. And relationships don't last long with guys that don't lead with their wallet.
No one that's working a 9 to 5 is earning
I
6
don't know
grand
any-
a month.
yeah, but-
And if they are, they're getting taxed.
Stop saying, oh, 6 grand, 6 grand. She's out of your I am out of your price bracket. Yeah, you can't afford me. You were never going to date me anyway. Go work harder. Get your money up. See you later.
Many of us have to understand we come from a culture where the same young ladies, post-Title IX, by the way, who sat next to us in high school and college, will then turn around and unabashedly, without shame, say to their peers by definition, you can't afford me. Then guys have to make up their mind. Either I'm going to try and find a way to afford giving her $5, $6, whatever, $1,000 a month she wants to prove my masculinity, or they're going to choose not to play or go play the game somewhere else. But what many guys miss is that a lot of young ladies in other places, that's not really their culture to lead with money. Now, if you're going to marry her, that's different. But if you're meeting a young lady and you're going to spend the afternoon with her, in some places it's actually a slight to say, I'm going to try and buy you.
Now, I love speaking to guys that have lived here for 20, 30 plus years that always tell me the same story. Back in the day, 20 plus years ago, Thai women were a lot different. They were a lot more cultural. They were a lot more conservative. They valued their body a hell of a lot more. Here in Thai culture, the more men you sleep with, the more you devalue yourself, yeah? If you've only had 1 or 2 men, for example, you're a high value woman. But now in 2025, it just seems to have all changed now. It's all about the moolah. It's all about showing off. It's all about looking good in society, not looking good with a handsome man or a decent man or a good man. It's about money. It's about what you get. Yeah, what you've got.
The best question I could ask a guy who is planning to go overseas is, how good is your, and then insert the language of the country he's planning on going to. And it's not that you need to speak the language, it's that the language is a key that's going to unlock a different world in that country. You have to understand that for every person that walks by Phuket or those high tourist areas, there are other people that look at their daughters, their friends, and say, I don't really like how they conduct business there, and I want to protect our way of life so that it doesn't turn into that. And if you don't learn a language, you miss all of that. This is an honor stall, and with our Western mind, we're thinking, if I could take $5, I could take all of these home. But if you understand the culture, you think deeper. What kind of culture do they have where they could leave this here and just assume, just believe, trust that people are going to pay the proper amount? And then it makes you understand that there is a culture away from all of the glitz and glamour that you see on television, in the movies, and even in the red light districts of whatever country you go to. And that's where you can meet people that you can't buy. If you have an opportunity to get invited into a circle where this is a group of Japanese people and you saw a very cute young lady there, it is much easier to find a wife in a circle that is built for community than it is to go where everybody's going that doesn't speak any of the language and try and do it there. I mean, quite simply put, it's beautiful to watch. And when you become a part of a group, you're like family to them in an outsider kind of way.
These guys really need to stop, look in the mirror, sort themselves out, and try to find a woman that matches them, because you are literally ruining it for the rest of us. And it's become a serious problem, and guys are getting fed up and they're moving to different countries now. Philippines, Indonesia, yeah, Cambodia even. They're just moving to a different Southeast Asian country in hope that they can find a humble, honest woman where they can build a future. It is going to be long lasting. It is going to be based on love. That woman is going to respect that man for everything that she's done for him, and her family or whatever. And there is proper respect there, and they're not taking the pee behind your back. It's become absolutely ruthless.
If I had an opportunity to speak with this gentleman, the first question I would ask him is, how good is your Thai? Because that is what's going to separate him after a decade of living in that country from the guy who just got off the plane and is looking to chase skirts. In a country the size of that one, he said is 71 million, the size of Thailand, word gets around. If you're there chasing skirts and then later you're trying to find a wife, you don't think that those women talk to each other? So if you're trying to find a young lady or an experience that is separate from what you're going to get in the red light districts or the tourist area, you got to put in some work first. Simply put, that's what's going to distinguish you from all the other guys that are touching down looking for the nearest skirt to chase. I'm not saying chasing skirts is anything bad, but I am saying that there is a fee of investing in the language and the culture that gets you into certain doors that you couldn't get into otherwise. I haven't stepped foot in China, and I have spent 2.5 years studying the language because I understand. My first impression to some people is going to be the first few sentences out of my mouth. And if I don't have the ability there, then that's going to be a door that's going to close before it even has a chance to be opened. Do the work, guys. Prepare yourself for that door that might be there if you have that right sentence or that right thing to say. Because if you are ready for that door, it can open a door into a culture, a situation, a surrogate family that you could have never imagined otherwise. I have seen it with my own eyes. Don't think that you can go to Thailand and simply be an American. Because yes, you can. Only in the areas that are designed for Americans. The other ones are going to stay off limits until you find the key to unlock them. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care.